For those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what's coming next. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get to the other stuff here in a minute, but what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else,
don't fuck with me, fellas!
If you haven't smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time to do so. About that time for you to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. One time. Everything is vibration. Shout out to all my fellow Venus and Leos out there. I'm killing it for us. Everything is vibration. Can you feel that? What it was. Y'all already know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge Yourself. And this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight. And what this also is just another deep dive into the intricacies that are you. And what I mean by that this time is this right here. This a little something about the major aspects between Venus and Uranus in your natal chart. And understand that I said major aspects. That means I'm talking about conjunctions, oppositions, trines, squares, sextiles, and inconjunctions or quincunxes, which is what inconjunctions are also referred to these days. That means I'm not talking about sesquadrates or semisextiles or semisquares or quintiles or biquintiles. I'm not talking about your YOD or your grand trine or your T-squares or your kites or your Star of David. Not yet. See, first we got to master the basics. And it's a good thing you got me. Straight up. And so before we get into the aspect, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give you a quick reminder of what Venus is all about. I'm going to give y'all a little reminder of the energy that comes along with it and how it might affect you. Then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about Uranus and the energy that comes along with that and how it might affect you. And then after that, we're going to bring it to a culmination, a crescendo, and eventually a climax. And I'm actually one of the coldest closers in the game. So without wasting any more time, let's get this thing cracking. So what is Venus? Venus is me. Nah, it's way more than that. Even though it is my chart ruler, Venus is how we express our affections. Venus is our love nature. It's what we aspire for in life as beautiful. Venus represents our sense of harmony, our sense of balance, our sense of love. Okay. Venus is what makes us feel good. All right. Venus is our relationships, and not just our intimate relationships and our marriages, but also our business partnerships, our best friend, and any one-on-one connections that we might establish in life. Venus represents money and comfort. Okay. Venus represents what we're attracted to and what people are attracted to in us. And there's a lot there, I promise you. And Venus really shows, our sense of the aesthetic individually. Venus shows the arts. Venus shows our creative sense in a way, but it's not our only creative channel, because there's Uranian creativity, there's lunar creativity, there's Martian creativity, there's Neptunian creativity, there's the sun that rules creativity, so that's a fool. So there's all types to look at it. But when we're talking about Venus, this comes with a little bit of finesse. This has a touch of class to it. Okay? This brings some culture into the mix when you're dealing with Venus. Okay? Now, Uranus, that's a whole different story, man. Uranus is electric enlightenment. It's brilliance. It's where our search for freedom begins. And a lot of times that ain't comfortable in life. So when we're looking at the sign placement of Uranus, that's going to show our broadest striving for freedom. With the house placement of Uranus, that's going to show the areas of our life that are connected with direct, unique expression or brilliance. Okay. But the aspects of Uranus, that's going to show where we're just different. It's going to show our genius, and in some cases, our creative genius. Okay. Whatever is connected with Uranus is going to show where we're seeing innovative changes come about in life. It's going to show where we're going to see inventive things happening to us, but it's not always going to be comfortable. See, wherever Uranus shows up and whatever Uranus is in aspected to is going to be unstable. It's going to be energized. It's going to be fun. It's going to be enlightening, but it's going to be unstable. Okay? Just remember that. And so when we're putting Venus conjunct to Uranus in the natal chart, hey man, the main thing to understand about the folks with this one is they're going to be attracted to the unusual and the unconventional, and they're going to value excitement. So they ain't really ever going to be the type of people that are looking to settle down to any traditional type of relationship or marriage or anything that resembles anything even remotely similar to anything that could be defined as normal in any way, form, or fashion. No, they love to be different, and they can't stand labels and social pretenses. Plus, the urge for excitement is such a strong, dominating influence in their life that it's going to create a thirst for the richness of life experiences that is absolutely insatiable inside of them. And that shit right there is going to make them end up being extremely humanitarian, idealistic, intuitive, and impressionistic in love. But it's also crazy too. Because if they're interested in something, then they love it. Even if it's for a few brief, intense moments. But if they love something, then they're capable of making a deep and immediate sacrifice for it like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing. And that shit right there gives all of their human interactions a highly charged, highly impulsive, romantic charge to them. But, hey man, also understand that these folks right here are non-committal to a fault. Straight up, man. And although they want to experience all different types of people and they care about people, hey, man, they themselves are pretty much going to be stuck in their ways of dealing with different people, man. And that's going to be for better or worse, because a lot of times for them, compromise looks like a direct challenge to their individuality. So anytime they're in a relationship that starts to look like a union, or any type of bond that starts to look like it's taking away who they are individually, it's going to create a problem. And I'll also say that anytime they're in a relationship that gets stagnant or it feels like it no longer serves a purpose to them, they're out. They're out, man. And I've also seen that with Venus conjunct to Uranus, these are the type of people that want to end it on their own terms before the other person ever gets a chance to do anything about it themselves, okay? So for them, it really ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Nothing at all. And it ain't that they don't love people, because they do. They do love people. They care a lot, man. But they love freedom more as an ideal. So at the end of the day, most of their relationships are going to be way more about having a good time than trying to establish something that's going to last a long time. And they're usually not dishonest about it either. Okay? They're going to be straight up in most cases, man. And anytime shit starts to be not as exhilarating as it was before, they're looking for an exit. But to their credit, I will say this. If they can just so happen to find something that's exciting to them and something that represents a sense of freedom to them, then that's a whole different story and all bets are off. And the thing is, that's not impossible for them in particular, man. And that's due to the fact that their taste is geared way more towards the same more uniquely exotic and erratic energy that they themselves project than anything else. So they're liable to find somebody that's willing to let them be free and still love them the way that they need to be loved. Okay? But it's probably going to take them going through a few situations where it's not so good before that. All right? And let me also say this. When it comes to what turns them on, and yeah, I'm going to go there, man. These are those trisexuals. Because they're willing to try anything new. Anything. And they love that. But let me also say that if you're coming with that same old shit, you probably done already lost them already. And nobody knows it but you. Straight up. And we also can't never forget that Venus speaks to our creativity and our relationship to money. So with this conjunction to Uranus right here, this is where we're going to see those brilliant ass artists who are just different. This is where we're going to see those creative monsters who move in the abstract realm. And I like that. And this is also where we're going to see people who see a lot of money really fast in life. But sometimes that money is coming and sometimes that money is going. And with Uranus, it's going to be shaking one way or the other. But saving, that's a whole different story because neither one of these planets are about saving at all. At all. So good luck with that. Now, when we flip the script and we look at the people that have Uranus opposite to Venus right here, or Venus opposite to Uranus in the natal chart. This is where shit gets weird, man. Cause this is where we're going to have those motherfuckers who have some truly unusual and unstable emotional natures because they can be stubborn and cold and detached one second, then malleable, solicitous, and extremely affectionate the very next, man. And, that shit gets dizzying, man. And, it's confusing, man. And the thing is, they also tend to have these abruptly intense but fascinating infatuations so they can fall in and out of love just like that. So one minute you're having the time of your life with this person, man, and you're feeling them, man. It's the most exhilarating thing you've experienced. But the next minute, they're gone. They're gone, man. And it's like they're perennially a child in their romantic arena because they're always chasing the unattainable in search of a perfect and lasting freedom that just really doesn't exist if you're looking for a committed relationship. Straight up, man. And, hey, man, the thing is, these people right here are in love with freedom more than anything else. And relationships look like freedom to them until they're in them, and then they feel like a prison. And the thing is, the relationship isn't the problem. It's the feeling inside of the native, man. Straight up, man. Because, man, if they could just grow the fuck up, calm the fuck down, and really assess what they want in life, then they can find freedom inside of their own soul instead of looking for it externally. And then they'll see their relationships become a lot more stable in life. And the same thing goes for their financial sense, okay? If they can calm the fuck down and get clarity, then they'll be able to start saving. But it really just starts with everything going on with them internally, all right? Then, with Venus trying to Uranus, oh, you finna be in for a treat because not only is this where it gets good, but, it just so happens that I have this one myself. So I know damn well what we have here are those brilliantly colorful and romantic individuals who are just truly looking for the unique in life. And, because of that, we gonna find it. Oh, we gonna find it, man. And, I also know that this right here, it gives you quite unusual and unique ideas about sex and human relationships that really give you an open mind and put you in situations that allow you to enjoy yourself in ways that other people really never even could have fathomed. Never. Oh, I know it. Okay? Straight up. And I also want you to know that behind all that revolutionary zeal is really just a true humanitarian that wants to see the world a better place that's free of prejudice, where everybody can just enjoy themselves in the way that they want to, in a way that nobody will judge them. Okay? Let people have fun with whoever they want to have fun with. Let them feel good. Let them indulge without hearing all that bullshit or without all these social pretenses trying to hold them back from that. Yeah. I'm about that, man. Okay? And plus, with this one, there's also going to be this dramatic flair that thrusts us forward every so often in ways that create unique new expressions of our feelings that, hey man, it could blow our mind. And it also blows the mind of whoever we're involved with. Best believe it blows other things too. So with this one, with this trine, when it's beautifully integrated like this and in flowing aspect with Venus and Uranus, what you're going to get is people who are exotic instead of erratic and exhilarating instead of extreme. And in most cases, that's a very beautiful thing. Okay. But, with Venus square to Uranus, that's a whole different story, man. Because with this one right here, man, these motherfuckers are so erratic and extreme that it's going to make them really have an extremely unstable emotional nature. And it's going to make them extremely unstable in the way that they express their affections. Plus, hey man, what you have right here is a classic case of people who want to have their cake and eat it too. Because they want to be close to people and have intimate relationships, but they also want to be free to do whatever and whomever that comes up spontaneously. And, in this realm right here, that's going to cause issues at some point. At least until they themselves come to terms with their own insatiable hunger for freedom and find a way to channel it creatively instead of having it wreak havoc on their personal relationships. Or until they start being honest with the people they're dealing with that, hey man, I can't handle no committed relationship where you're trying to have me, in a box like that. I can't do that. And a lot of times it's hard for them until they start being honest with themselves, man. And, hey man, with this one, man, you got to just stop doing shit just to do it. Okay? Just remember that with this one, you're going to see some talent. You're going to see some creative energy that's just off the charts. Okay? So if you have it, you might as well get paid for it. Because with this one, I see a lot of talent and I see a lot of energy going in two separate directions. So you have to find a way to get to the root of the inner conflict that's keeping you from integrating them and integrate them. All right. Then when it comes to people that have Venus sextile to Uranus, this is what's up right here too, because this is where you're going to encounter those highly charged individuals who let colorful, innovative expressions of their love nature keep them in motion in life. So they're just going to stay forming new relationships that teach them incredibly insightful and experimental ways to create harmony and balance in their life. And, it's going to be fun too. Best believe, man. So not only does their love of freedom and taste for exploration kind of lead them into relating with people from all different types of backgrounds and cultures and age groups, but it also gives them an awesome eye for spotting unusual sources of income. And all they have to do is figure out how to put it all together, and then amazing things will happen. I mean, amazing things could happen. Or it could just get weird. Okay? There's definitely the possibility of that with the sextile. It's not automatic like that trine. All right? With the sextile, you have to choose to do something with it. And in doing so, you can do amazing things. Amazing things, man. And then lastly, when we're talking about Venus being in conjunct to Uranus, man, this is where we're going to see people who need to realize that letting go of their past is going to mean growing the fuck up and being willing to release relationships that they've outgrown in life. Straight up, man. Plus, they're going to need to take a step back and reassess the way that they're imposing themselves in mindless routines and start, really trying to rebel against whatever it is that's keeping them from getting in touch with their true creative potential with this. Because with this one, man, they are erratic instead of exotic. Okay. With this one, they are extreme instead of exhilarating because they don't know what's going on with themselves. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's about growing into a place where you understand yourself better. Okay. With this one right here, man. And with this one, man, this is about understanding that you're switching up on people because you have no idea who you are. So when you can take the time to take the step back and figure out who you are and what you really enjoy, what you really like, and what you're really about, then you'll start respecting your relationships more and you'll see your interactions start to lighten up a little bit. Okay. And, hey man, with this one, man, you also have to understand that different does not automatically mean better. Okay. And so switching up on people It's not going to make your life better. What you need to do is work on the internal shit and figure out what's going on with you instead of always making external changes, okay? Find out what's erratic within self, and then you'll see your relationship stable out. But you don't have to believe a word I just said, because the truth of the matter is, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean by that is we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self. If you've made it this far, you should have already hit the like button right now. And if you haven't, now is the time to do so. And you can hit the dislike button too. But I know you a hater then. And that's all right. The world needs those. Either way it goes, give me some type of interaction. Drop a comment if you can. Okay? YouTube is about interaction. And this ain't about my ego. It's about the algorithm. It helps me expand the platform. All right? If you ain't trying to hear what I have to say, at least hit the like button or give me some type of interaction. Drop a comment so I can get out on this algorithm and help somebody that does want to be helped. All right? And if you're looking for any astrological readings whatsoever, you could hit me up in the comments below. But I just direct you to my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Okay. I said O'Shea. Okay. And that's actually my preference, y'all. Because if you hit me up in the comments, I'm just going to direct you to my email. And the same thing goes if you want some merch. All right. And I got several different types of styles of hats and sweatsuits and all that. All you got to do is get at me. But also understand that I'm going to sell you all the merch you want. And you'll probably look great in it. I mean, fabulous. But the truth of the matter is, this type of energy that I've got, it's got to be in you and not on you. So, let me put it in you.